From Kern Government Television, welcome to this week's Kern County Board of Supervisors meeting, originating from the County Administrative Center located at 1115 Truxtun Avenue, Bakersfield, California. Kern County's vision is to create and maintain a customer-centered county government designed to garner the confidence, support, and trust of the people we serve. Today's Kern County Board of Supervisors meeting will convene momentarily.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to the afternoon session of the regular meeting of Tuesday, February 25th, 2020. Board to reconvene. The first item is roll call.
Supervisor Gleason.
Here.
Supervisor Scribner.
Here.
Supervisor Maggard.
Here.
Supervisor Couch.
Here.
Supervisor Perez.
Thank you. The next item is a report on actions taken in closed session. County Council.
Good afternoon. This morning in closed session, your board met on items 49, 50, 51, and 52. However, there was no reportable action.
Thank you. The next item is the consent agenda. All items listed with a CA or a C above the item number are considered to be routine and non-controversial by county staff. We can act on those all in one motion. If there's anyone here that would like to ask for separate consideration, it will take a board member to request that for you, but you could do that now. Or if you'd just like to make a comment on any of the items on the consent agenda, now would be the time to do that. The consent agenda starts on page 2, and it consists of items 3 through 5. On to page 3, items 6 and 7. On page, that was on page 3, items 6 and 7. On page 4, items 8, 9, and 10. On page 5, items 11 through 16. On page 6, items 17 through 25. On page 7, item 26, and then items 28 through 34. On page 8, items 35 through 42. Page 9, items 43 through 50. Page 10, items 51 through 61. And I have some corrections that also need to be read into the record. Back on page 5, and these are corrections on items 11, 12, and 13. And I'll just read those into the record. On item 11, in the recommended action portion, which is the part that's in all capital letters, after the word sign on the first line of all caps, we need to add agreement and. On page 12, item 12, we have some deletions and some additions. In the first line, after the comma, after the word documents, we need to remove the word and right after grant deed in the same line, after the comma, we need to add and easement deed. And then in the recommended action portion, which is again the all caps, the first line of that, after the word sign, we need to add the words agreement and in the second line, we need to delete the words when available and the words grant deed, and we need to add the word deeds where the words grant deed appeared. In item 13, we need to add an S in the first line to the word contract to make that contracts. And then in the recommended action portion, in the first line of that, we need to add the words agreements and after the word sign. And in the second line, we need to delete the words when available, and then the word when at the end of that second line. And the first word of the third line, we need to delete also, which is the word available. Did I say that well enough?
Yes.
Okay. If anyone would like to see what those deletions and additions are, we could give you a copy of that. Is there anyone here that would like to make a comment on any of the items I just read off that are on the consent calendar? Seeing none, I will return it to the board for a motion or questions or action on the consent calendar.
Motion on consent.
You have a motion?
Second.
And a second. Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved. 4 ayes, 1 absent. Supervisor Perez.
Thank you. That takes us back to page 2, item 1, under public presentations. This portion of the meeting is reserved for persons to address the board on any item that is not on the agenda but is under the jurisdiction of the board. Is there anyone here that would like to make a public presentation or public comment? Yes, sir. Please state your name and proceed. Good to see you.
Thank you, and good to see you. My name is Ralph Robles. I live on the corner of La Crescenta and Dee Avenue. That's in District 3. And for months now, the light on that corner has been out. It's not the only light on that street that is out. And my daughter and I have made numerous calls to the city general services and the county general services. The city, because we've been referred to them several times, and the county, and both numbers have resulted in a goofy cycle of referrals from one number to another number. We get these disconnected voices that tell us if I'm not answering, call so-and-so and leave a message. And after about 3 levels of this, we generally give up. Now, that corner is a bus stop. And we see every morning children gathering there in the dark and on foggy events. We're praying that none of them ever get run over. The reason we pray that is because that neglect has resulted in scofflaws racing up and down that street with RVs and two-wheelers. And on trash day, we have homeless coming through our trash. We also have an internet connection of neighbors reporting prowlers and vehicle break-ins. So this form of neglect is just the lead-in to what is generally a breakdown of law enforcement. And I tell you that just a little preventive maintenance will go a long ways to make that a safer neighborhood. And I think that in the long run, even though this is not a calculated cost, that you will find that because the scofflaws and the criminals will move on to other areas, and you will actually force them into a concentrated area where the police can then enforce the law more effectively. And all this for a broken light that nobody will even take a job call.
Let's see if we can get something done about that.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate it.
You bet. Supervisor Maggard?
Thank you. Mr. Pope, you spoke to the gentleman about the location of the light, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I assure you that Mr. Pope, he produces great results for us. We'll see what can be done about that. Do we know, Mr. Pope, if it's an area where the CSA is not able to pay to energize the light?
No, I think it should be fine. We'll find out why it's not paid for.
I'm going to repeat this so the public can hear it. Mr. Pope believes that it's not an issue about energizing the light. The light ought to be able to be fixed. So we'll work on that and see if we can peel it back and take care of it for you.
Thank you, and appreciate you letting me have my say.
You bet. Good to see you, Mr. Robles. Sir, hang on. We're still at public comments. Thank you, Mr. Robles. If you'd like to make a comment, sir, we'd invite you to the microphone and do the same.
Yes, my name is Michael Horn. As a civil rights activist, so many people are struggling on the street just to dig for recyclables to find to put food in their stomach. That's why they dig food a lot through the tractor, so that they could find cans and bottles to turn in for cash. And that's not fair, taking that food out of their stomach if you won't do it for your own family. And so people who are struggling on the streets or even low income, we are struggling with finances, we shouldn't get penalized for it. And so by enforcing that dumpster diving law, you're taking money out of our pocket where we could put food in our stomach. And that's not fair and right. And so that's one law they should be eliminated. Because You don't want us to do that to you, don't do it to us, as a common courtesy.
Thank you, Mr. Horn.
You're welcome. But yeah, I have my own thing too.
You have what, did you say?
I actually have three. I'm an inventor as well as a genius in the criminal justice field, and my invention solves problems that the government can't solve. I'm actually going to be opening my own boarding school very soon. I'm going to get the building for it very soon. But imagine what happened during the Unabomber attack and how many people died, or even the Trade Center. One of my inventions could scan every life sign in that building and teleport from that building to a safe place instead of have to choosing who dies and who life to save, which would save a lot of people in emergency situations like that, or even medical field. We'll actually have a fail-safe. We'll actually it senses air passages that could kill other people if we cut them open. So and if it senses that, it will actually won't teleport the heart outside the body. Instead of cutting them open, you actually save the doctor because it actually senses that threat before it teleports it.
Thank you, Mr. Horn.
And so I was hoping try to get some funding, or even know if you guys can't for the money to fund my boarding school for geniuses, maybe you might know someone who can.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Have a nice day. Any other public speakers? Seeing none, we'll go to item 2, which is board member announcements and reports. Seeing none of those, we go to item 27. It's under the County Administrative Office. It's a proposed agreement with the City of Bakersfield for a single contribution towards the operational cost of Kern County's Low Barrier Navigation Center. Mr. Alsop, thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, thank you, members of the board. I want to thank the City of Bakersfield for their generous offer of financial support for our navigation center. They voted a few weeks back, several weeks ago, to do that, and then officially made it happen last week, I believe, on Wednesday. Ms. Riz in my office, who is spearheading our efforts on homelessness, will handle this item.
Good afternoon. Before we get started, we wanted to introduce Anna Lavin. She is here in the audience. She is the new executive director for the Bakersfield Kern Regional Homeless Collaborative, that new nonprofit that we've created. And we're excited to have her in our offices for the time being as she starts this adventure. So we're excited to have her on board, but we wanted to make sure that we introduce her to your board.
Ms. Lavin, you're well known to us, but why don't you introduce yourself to the rest of the community?
Hi, folks. Yeah, thank you. I'm so thrilled. I'm in my second week as the executive director for the collaborative, and just really excited to dive in. I can share with you that so far in my week and a day that I've been on the job, there's just been such tremendous amount of passion, energy that I have had a sense and had an opportunity to connect with, both here at the county, at the city, with our service providers, and in general in the larger community. So I'm really excited about the opportunity and all of the work that's taken place so far from all of you, from the CAO in particular as well, in terms of thinking through the reorganization, so that way we can really put our best foot forward, be thinking about all of the strategies that we really need to be developing and continuing to think through creative problem solving, right? In order to get to a point of ending homelessness in Kern County. So thank you. I'm really excited to be here. My background is primarily in education, where I have focused mostly on the development of programming as well as the scale up of programming. And so I'm really excited to be able to bring some of that skill set to the Homeless Collaborative on behalf of both the city and the county too. So, but thank you for all of your efforts. You know, I'm assuming that you'll be passing this item. And of course, this level of collaboration by the city and the county, I can share with you, is really being looked at a state level and a national level, because these kinds of collaborations are incredibly important, but can move the work so much more. So thank you on behalf of the collaborative, and thanks for letting me introduce myself.
You bet. Well, thank you for being here. Congratulations on the appointment. And nobody I know, or put it another way, everybody I know would like you to be very successful. So if you need
Yes.
anything, ask for help.
Yes, lots of good backing for sure.
You bet.
So much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you.
So the other thing we wanted to do was also provide an update on the Navigation Center before we get into the items. So
Okay.
I could get those pictures up. Thanks. So you can see that, so now we've covered both the buildings. We're moving along really quickly. What you're looking at right here is the admin building. Behind that is the dorm building. I think it's, and then, so right here is the front of the admin building. So you're looking at the doors going into the main entrance. So you can see that they've done significant work. The doors are on. We're moving ahead. And then as you enter the admin building, looking to the left, that is the framing has gone up. That door leads into the main dorm area. And then looking straight across as you walk into that admin building, you see the framing has gone up. On the right side are the interview rooms. The left side is the framing for the office space for the operators. And then here is the other side of the admin building. You can see there are three framing structures. On the left is staff restrooms. The middle area is the warming kitchen for the food. And then the right room is for the laundry service. And where the picture is being taken from is the actual dining congregation area. And then here is inside of the housing, or the dorm structure as we're calling it. So you can see the paneling is going up. These pictures were taken yesterday. That should be complete, I believe, by the end of today, if I'm not mistaken. So they've done all the insulation. So and then I think there's one more. So you can see what that looks like from the outside. So there's a lot of electrical utility work that is being done on site. We've had a few minor hiccups, so we're looking at opening in the next 3 to 4 weeks. They're relatively minor. I mean, we're still moving at a record pace when we're looking at construction projects. Hiccups can be expected, but so we'll be looking at adding the restrooms, the showers, things like that. We'll be moving. We'll add concrete. Our operator is excited. We have Cap K. They are hiring their management staff. They're finishing up hiring the rest of the staff that will be at the shelter. We're setting all of our county departments in place to be on site. So medical providers, behavioral health, and human services are all assisting us greatly. So we're moving along really well.
That's great. Thank you for that report. Supervisor Maggard.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for the report and for the progress we're making. I know that when we say it's going to be open in 3 or 4 weeks, we're waiting with bated breath for when it's going to open. But I'm grateful. It is still remarkable that we have done so much in such a short period of time, and that's due to the great efforts of you guys implementing the directives that we gave you. So I'm grateful for your help in that regard. And there is a lot of interest in having an opening ceremony. Our community wants to, just as we said for Ms. Lavin, the community wants this to be successful. So there is interest in having that. I don't know how we're going to do that, but having some kind of an opportunity for the public to, maybe it's the day before they come, and we're going to open tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, but they can walk through and see what it's. I don't know how we do that, but there is an interest in the community for that. So I want you to be aware of that. I want to thank our colleagues at the city for stepping into the plate and engaging with us. That's just an important thing. So I want to formally express my gratitude and ask if we can direct the chairman to execute a letter that tells them thank you for that.
You want to respond to that, Mr. Elsett?
Yeah, thank you for those comments, Supervisor. We are planning to do that at some point. I know we're already talking about it, and we'll let your board know what what our recommendations are for that ceremony. And I'd also like to just thank all of the county departments that are involved with this. There are quite a few. I'm going to start with the Department of Human Services, Veterans, Behavioral Health, Public Health, Animal Services, Veterans, the Sheriff's Department. I may be leaving some folks out, but last but not least, I want to thank Jeff Hill on my staff, who heads our General Services Department, for all of the time that he is putting in personally, and also his crew. He has a construction manager out there, and you know, it's not easy. There's quite a few contractors out there, subcontractors, and so it's just he's doing a good job keeping this thing going, keeping momentum strong, making sure that we are getting this done at the earliest possible convenience. Did I leave anybody out? Public Works, sorry. Craig Pope, Public Works, thank you.
Make sure the lights are on, will you?
Supervisor Gleason?
Sorry, and County Council.
Oh, yeah.
I want to thank Margot for all of her help.
Impressive work, man. Thank you very much. I'm interested also in, Matt, how we go forward in making sure that we provide this opportunity to the outskirts of our county, like Kern River Valley, Tehachapi, East Kern, because there's a significant problem out there. So as this thing grows and we develop and learn our successes, I'd be very interested to see how we're going to take that capability and move it east. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I would also be interested in an open house or something like that where we could allow the public to take a look at the final product. I think it's a good idea. You need a motion to, and I would let me just echo, I'd like to thank the city of Bakersfield. This is a one-time gift, I'll call it. It's probably not the right word to use, but it's a one-time contribution. But I think the city council comments that I heard, was it from the night we were there? Is that what you were referring back to a few weeks ago? Or have they taken an action subsequent to that?
Yeah, I can get into the item. So today we're approving the agreement with the city of Bakersfield for the contribution of $500,000 that goes towards the operational costs for our navigation center. Mm-hmm. And that was approved at the January 22nd meeting. They also improved the neighborhood improvement plan for improvement around our facility. That will include a lighting on James Street, repair to the roads on M Street and O Street.
So have they actually approved this agreement yet?
Yeah, so they approved this agreement on last week, so on February 19th. And indicated in the agreement was that additional funds and additional contribution can be requested next February 2021. Right. You know, in time for their
they want to see how we're going to do, budget. And that's wise of them. But I'd like to thank them for that. But they do want to see how we're going to do. I don't blame them.
So yeah, we are grateful for the partnership. So the action for your board today is to approve the agreement with the city of Bakersfield for a single contribution towards operational costs at the county's low barrier navigation center, and authorize the chairperson to sign, and authorize the auditor controller to process the specified budgetary adjustments and accounting transactions.
Motion to approve.
Before we take a vote, is there anyone here that would like to make a comment on this item? Seeing none, please cast your votes.
The motion is approved, 4 ayes, 1 absent. Supervisor Perez.
Thank you. That takes us to the end of our afternoon agenda. I need a motion to adjourn to March 10th at 9 a.m. And I would like to adjourn again in honor of Captain Ray Figueroa, who was from Delano, and firefighter Patrick Jones from Visalia. Those are the two firefighters that perished in the Porterville Library fire.
It's an honor to make that motion.
Thank you. Without objection, we're adjourned.